This trader claims his simple scalping strategy works every day and is stupid simple, but can it pass a prop firm challenge? Let's find out. My name is Eddie Pips and I'm on a mission to test trading strategies to see if they truly stand up to the prop firm challenge. Before we get started, if you have a strategy in mind, drop it in the comments, I'll test it. Let me break down how this works. I find a strategy, I pick a random month, I backtest it trade by trade using FXReplay.
We track wins, losses, and whether it hits the prop firm's rules.
Some strategies will pass a prop firm challenge in a few days, and some might fail in less than a week. We try to test the whole month until either profit target is hit or drawdown is. So let's break down exactly how this stupid simple strategy works and then put it to the test. At 9:30 a.m. we come to the chart. We will be using the 5-minute time frame for context and the 1-minute time frame for entry. This strategy is a take on the orb strategy, which stands for opening range breakout. I'll leave a link to the video in the description so you can watch it to learn the rules, but we're going to quickly break down what the strategy consists of. At 9:30 we come to our chart. On the 5-minute chart, we wait for the first candle to close at 9:30. So essentially at 9:35, we are marking the high and the low of the 9:30 candle. We are dropping down onto the 1-minute time frame, and we are waiting for price to break above or below. Once price breaks and closes above, we are waiting for a fair value gap to be formed. So here you can see that we marked the 9:30 high. We have a closure above with a fair value gap here. We're going to mark that out. And we are going to enter on that fair value gap. Our stop loss is going to be below that candle that broke above the high. Does that make sense? And then we're going to target 2R. And you can see here, it worked out in our favor there. Now, for our sell example, again, we are on the 5-minute chart. Once the 9:30 candle closes, we are going to mark the high. And we are going to mark the low. We are going to go down onto the 1-minute time frame. And we're going to wait for price to close below. All right, and once price closes below, we are looking for a fair value gap to be formed. And you can see here, we have our bearish fair value gap. So we are going to enter here at this fair value gap. Our stop loss is going to go above the candle that broke below the low, that closed below here. And we are going to target 2R. And you can see here, it worked in our favor. All right, and now that we've got the strategy down packed, now we head on over to FXReplay so that we can backtest it. We're going to go over one example of a buy and one example of a sell, and then I'm going to fast forward through the rest of it, and then I am going to give you the results at the end. So stay tuned for that part. All right, so let's pick a random month and a random year. Let's pull up ChatGPT and ask it to pick a random month. October 2022. All right, so now that we've got the month of October selected, we'll create our session. All right, so now that we're on the chart, I'm going to go over the first 2 trades here with you. I'm going to backtest them, and then I'm going to fast forward the rest of it, and we're going to get straight to the results, okay? So again, on the 5-minute time frame, you're looking at the 9:30 candle to close. You are going to mark the low of the 9:30 candle on the 5-minute time frame, and you're going to mark the high. We're going to drop down onto the 1-minute time frame, and we're going to wait for price to close above or below either of these, okay? All right, so we have price close below. Now we're waiting for that fair value gap to be formed. And here we have a small fair value gap. We're going to enter there. We're going to put our stop loss above the candle that closed below the low. And we're going to target 2R. And let's see. And there's our first loss. All right, so here we are on the next day. Again, 9:30 on the 5-minute chart. Once the 9:30 candle closes, we are going to mark the high. And we are going to mark the low. We're going to drop down onto the 1-minute time frame, and we're going to wait for price to close above or below one of these with the fair value gap. So let's go ahead and play price forward. All right, here we go. We have a close above right here, and we have our fair value gap. Right? We're going to enter here.
And the stop loss is going to go below the low of the candle that closed above the high. And we're going to target 2R. All right, let's see how this plays out. And there we have a win. All right, there you have the first trades. Now we are going to fast forward the rest of the back test and we're going to get over to the results. Enjoy. And there you have it, guys. We have passed. You can see the equity curve here. We lost some trades, came up above initial balance, and actually had quite a little bit of drawdown. And then we slowly started coming up, and as you can see from there on out, we started winning some trades. The total P&L for the month of October was actually 7%, but in order to pass FTMO and some of these other prop firms, you need 10%. And I wanted to make sure that we could hit that or not. We did make 10% in a little over, I would say, 33 days, 34 days. I scroll down. Average RR was 2. Here are winning trades. We had 23 trades in total. 11 of them were winners and 12 of them were losers, which is a win rate of 47.8%. So yes, we lost more trades than we won, but the risk to reward ratio of 2 allows us to be able to do that and still be profitable. Here you can see the performance per day. It looks like Tuesday was actually our best day, followed by Friday. Maybe we can eliminate Monday and Wednesday, and that would be nice. Here you can see in the month of October, like I said earlier, we made 7% here. And then in the month of November, we made a little over 3%. Sorry. But yeah, that is about it, guys. So will this pass the prop firm challenge? Yes, it will. It did so in a little over 30 days. So shout out to Casper. This would have passed a prop firm. So stay tuned for the next video, please, guys. This is going to be an ongoing series that I am going to be doing. So please go ahead, check the description for a couple of my favorite prop firms, along with some of the links I have to other things. Okay. All right. Take care.